How's everybody doing? We are live. My name is Alan Roberts. Welcome back. I've been taking a little bit of time in between videos because I want to preface today's video with a few things. First of all, I am almost done with this exercise in futility of trying to convince fat people to lose weight. If you not being able to touch your toes, needing an assistance tool to wipe your own ass, and knowing that you're eating yourself to death is not enough for you to want to do better, I'm just going to have to focus on the people that want to do better. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not like I'm not going to point out how ridiculous it is that people are saying that they're fat and happy and that we are literally in a culture of gluttony after what was supposed to be a global pandemic. It's wild to me that people do not talk about this more often. But in 2020, we had elderly people and fat people, basically, that were the crutch for why everybody needed to stay in, because you might get one of them sick, even if you weren't afraid of a cold. And yet, we have more fat people now than we have ever had in America. And we are literally living in an era of indulgence, meaning people are being celebrated and making money for gluttoning themselves on camera. So I'm over this. I'm over it. I'm still going to try to make some comedy videos, and I'm still going to talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. But I am going to dedicate myself into bringing real world tools and knowledge and stuff to basically people to help them get themselves there faster. Because very frankly, if you aren't ready to get yourself there faster, you're not ready. If you are going to keep making excuses for why you keep giving in to your cravings, even though, yes, I know they're very hard. Binge eater myself, I could even tell you, give me 1 second. I could even tell you how many days I've been binge free. I think it's 1,720 something. 1,725? 24? Got to pull it up. I am 1,729 days. Excuse me, 1,724 days. I read it wrong. Since my last binge. So I'm very happy about that. Very, very, very happy. And it's an everyday thing. I treat it like it's alcoholism because it is an addiction that will kill me if I do not keep it in check. And that is how most people should view themselves in today's world. This next video we're going to do after this video is going to be about ultra-processed foods, which most people in America are addicted to. I would argue that over 50% of Americans are addicted to ultra-processed food because they have some sort of chronic illness that is lifestyle related, and they still ingest these foods that are the things that are killing them on a daily basis. That is addict behavior. Anybody that doesn't see that, I'm very sorry. But for right now, we are going to give everybody a very basic tool to start your day off right, and we're going to give the reasons why. And it sounds kind of simplistic, but it is something that most people do not do, but it is something that everybody should do. And that is drink 20 ounces of water, 591 milliliters, or around there, when you first wake up. Drinking 20 ounces of water upon waking addresses overtime dehydration. The body loses about a liter of water. Isn't that crazy? A liter of water throughout the course of respiration and sweat in a 6 to 8 hour period of sleep. And I think most people don't understand that. That's why I always say most of the time people don't wake up hungry. Most of the time people wake up thirsty, and then they eat their thirst. They try to fill themselves with food instead of filling themselves with hydration, because very honestly, your body does not need energy. This whole crazy concept of like you need to fuel your day with breakfast is literally propaganda level marketing. Most people do not need it, especially because most people snack at night, and therefore your body has processed through your liver and your bloodstream enough glucose from the snacks you had to fuel your day for most of the day, because most of you don't move around all that much. It would be different if you were waking up and running 5 miles every day. That might be a different scenario. But if you sat on your ass all day the day before, ate some food, and especially snacked at night, and then woke up and thought you needed to eat some food to fuel your body because your body needs nourishment, you're a fucking idiot. You truly are. You don't expend enough calories to need it. That's why you're gaining weight. You don't need. If you are gaining weight, you are overnourishing yourself with at least one macro, which is normally carbohydrates and oftentimes some polyunsaturated fats or some sort of other refined fat. So a 2003 study found that 500 milliliters of water on an empty stomach increases metabolic rate by 30% for 60 minutes in normal weight adults and 24% in obese individuals, aiding calorie burn equivalent of up to 17,400 extra calories annually if habitual. So just by drinking 500 milliliters of water, or even better, 591 milliliters, which is 20 ounces, just by drinking 20 ounces of water first thing in the morning, you are boosting your metabolism for by up to 30% if you are a normal weight person. And if you have gluttoned yourself to obesity, you are going to increase it by 24% for at least 60 minutes. Why would you not do this if you were trying to lose weight? I don't understand why you would not try to do this if you were not trying to lose weight. Drink a bunch of water instead of eating your breakfast. Most of the time, one more time, you motherfuckers do not need breakfast. So a 2020 RCT on 500 milliliters of water after 12-hour restriction improved working memory, while 200 milliliters alleviated thirst, anger, fatigue, and mood disturbances in young adults. So for those of you that are thinking that this does not somehow affect your cognitive abilities and your mood and your stress, you are absolutely wrong. People are mostly underhydrated. It's wild that people are like, don't drink too much water. Don't drink too much water. Most people don't drink nearly enough water. For the book Hunger Free and Happy, which is a book my wife and I put together about our methods, we basically have people drink 20 ounces of water when they first wake up and try to drink water, 75% of it throughout the course of the day. Now, how much water should you drink? You should likely take, 1 ounce per pound of body weight unless you are morbidly obese, and then you should take 1 ounce of your ideal top range body weight, meaning like the top range of 25 BMI is what you should likely take. And yes, I know BMI, blah, blah, blah. Shut the fuck up. You're fat. You don't get input. Like you just listen. Like you do not bark back against the people that are trying to help you with letting your addiction try to tell us how much you need the food and how little you need the water. Anyway, 2020 study showed that 550 milliliters, which is almost 20 ounces, upon waking, part of an increased daily intake of 2 liters, lowers systolic blood pressure, increases body temperature, reduces blood urea nitrogen, and protects kidneys function in Japanese adults. A 2015 study indicated increased water intake enhances skin hydration and biomechanics, particularly those with dry skin. Mild dehydration, 1 to 2% of your body of body weight, impairs alertness, concentration, and short-term memory. Rehydration reverses these effects. And a 2008 study reported that 500 milliliters before breakfast reduces meal caloric intake 13% due to increased fullness. So if you are still going to eat food in the morning, which you do not normally need to eat, most of you, I'm telling you, most people do not have the caloric expenditure, they do not have the activity level to justify eating 3 meals a day. Most of you do not. Are you an athlete? No, then you don't. I eat 1.5 times a day, and I move every day. If I only eat 1.5 times a day, and I'm not eating huge portions anymore, and I'm about 180 to 185 pound male right now, which, by the way, is about 15 to 20 pounds heavier than the average male should weigh because I have a large bone structure and I've worked out for 45 fucking years. I would argue that most people need to understand that you motherfuckers are just not doing it right. You are just not trying enough. And it's not that you're not trying to do all the little, I'm going to do keto, I'm going to do everything like that. Please do keto. Keto is healthy for you. We're going to talk about ultra-processed foods in this next half hour. And I think it's vitally important that most people understand that while you eat keto, you still need to hydrate properly. The best part about keto, and everybody want to grasp this, the best part about it is people avoid ultra-processed sugar and they avoid ultra-processed foods. That is literally the best part about keto. Because, one more time, the vast majority of the population, I wouldn't say the vast majority, but at least the majority of the population is either addicted to sugar, processed sugar, and or ultra-processed foods. And you know how I can make that hypothesis? I've been to Walmart. I've seen the fat people load their carts up with the stuff that I don't even consider food. It is a food-like substance. It is a food-like product. It is not food. So I urge everybody to understand that trying to get in 100, trying to get in an ounce per pound of your ideal body mass, like I take in about 180 ounces of fluid a day. And my ideal body mass is probably about 165, but I am about 25 pounds heavier, or 20 pounds heavier, just because of the extra muscle mass I carry, which, by the way, I downsized a lot already, and I'm thinking about downsizing again because I don't need extra muscle mass for living my life to 90. Don't get me wrong, I do not want to develop sarcopenia, meaning like too much muscle waste where all of a sudden I become sick and I can't prosper. This is why I'm debating back and forth. But losing another 5 pounds here, 5 pounds to get to 175, between 175 and 180, I think would probably be good for me, and I'm probably going to do it, because it's not even about being the muscle guy. It's not. It's about living to 90 years old with my wife. It's about not having pain in my back, knees, ankles. It's about living a full life where I can do anything I want. That's why. It's not that I can't do anything I want now, but I just want to make sure I am getting as far out longevity-wise as humanly possible. So while I understand that people would very much like to pretend that they do everything right and they just can't lose weight, I understand that people would like to pretend these things. I get it. You don't. You know why? Because you're fat. And not one person could not escape fatness. Not one person. That is something that's an absolute ridiculousness that we go about in society. And we have to stop it. The problem with society is our culture. Our culture in America is horrible right now. Our culture in America is one of overconsumption and denial. And that is the biggest problem we have. I know people are going to talk about Trump, and people are going to talk about the left, and people are going to talk about this and that. No, those are all problems, because those people are coming to take your freedom. They truly are, all of them. But in order for that not to happen, you need to not be dependent upon them, because there is nothing that the government, big food, and big pharma like more than somebody that is fat, because you are dependent upon the foods you're addicted to, and you are dependent upon the pharmaceuticals that will keep you alive to keep eating the foods that you are addicted to. You are dependent upon the doctor to tell you that you don't need to lose weight, or it's okay, or the doctor that's too afraid to tell you to lose weight because somehow that's almost become illegal in our society. And all of this is facilitated by the government. And if you don't believe that, you're not paying attention, because everybody knows the food pyramid is complete bullshit, and yet it still kind of remains in the my plate. Everybody knows that the FDA just kind of puts stuff out there, and they literally have to put a black box warning on almost 33% of everything they put out. They need to put a warning on 33% of the things that they actually approve, because they're deadly. And this is fact. So everybody can be in denial, but if you don't think that they want you fat, sick, weak, and dependent upon them, you have simply not been paying attention. So this is a way to start getting out of it. This is an easy thing. This is a thing that will literally make you feel better. Just when you first wake up, drink 20 ounces of water, and then wait for at least 20 minutes before you eat anything to see how hungry you are. Just wait. It is just water. I get pushback on this so much sometimes by telling people to drink more water. Oh, you don't want them to drink too much water. None of you motherfuckers are close to it. None of you. The only problem with drinking too much water is that sometimes it could literally deplete your body of minerals. There is and you would have to drink so much of it so fast. And most of these people that I'm talking about, the minerals they're talking about are sodium, stuff like that. You motherfuckers eat a lot of sodium in the fast food and the ultra processed foods that you eat. So pretending that is not, pretending that that's going to be a thing for you is completely ludicrous. It's absolutely insane. So when people ask how much I drink in a day, honestly, I drink about 180. If it's midsummer and I'm working out outside, to 230 ounces, 240 ounces of fluid in a day. And I count coffee, which I drink 1 or 2 cups of. I count sparkling waters. I drink regular water a lot. I drink a lot of these, a lot of these. As a matter of fact, I got to finish my second one off. So I will take questions, but I just want everybody to understand. And by the way, if you don't want to buy the book, just follow along here. Follow along what I'm going to start doing, because every single day that I come live, at least one video a day, is going to be dedicated to giving people some information on how to live a happier, healthier life. I want everybody to live hunger-free and happy. And I know that sounds odd coming from the angry bald man, but I'm angry because people refuse to be healthy to themselves. That has been the whole point of the angry bald man thing, is because I refuse to watch people hurt themselves. Now, I'm just not going to watch it. Honestly, I'm just not going to watch it. I'm done watching Alexander Rodriguez. I'm done watching, especially people like Amberlyn Reed. I'm done. I'm over it. There's no. It's an exercise in futility. It is literally just me providing entertainment with my mean sarcasm. That's how my sense of humor works. And it's not that I still don't think some of these things, but very honestly, I'm not going to just keep talking about the same shit. After you've made the same video 50 fucking times about just happen to be different people, what good is it? They know it. They know it. They absolutely know what I'm saying is true, which is why they get so upset. And I've pointed this out multiple times before. They get upset because they know it's true. That's it. If it wasn't true, they would not get upset about it. They'd be like, whatever, weird bald guy saying shit that's not true about me. That's literally how they would think. But instead, since they know it's true, they take it hard like a dick. And I'm done. I'm done with that. And I'm not saying I'm not ever going to make like a comedy video or make a sarcastic video or anything like that ever again either, because I reserve the right to do whatever the fuck I want. But I'm certainly not going to keep talking about the same people doing the same shit all the goddamn time when it's not really helping anybody. So I'm just going to put what I know out there. I'm a best-selling weight loss author. My wife and I have developed incredibly good techniques, from the 75-20-20 protocol to how we have people plan indulgences. Through our coaching, we have made sure that thousands of people have lost weight and kept it off, because we teach them healthy lifestyle skills. I will gladly still talk about the supplements, as I think they help a ton of people. And I do think that if you are having extra hunger issues, especially if you are just, you came from a big state and your body produces a lot of ghrelin, No Morbidity is an amazing supplement for you. You can get it at ambrosiacollective.com right now. Use the code MFING is what you should use. But you can get Alchemy, which will help you with your sweet cravings. You know what you can also do? If you do coffee in the morning, before you brew it, sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon in that. It's amazing. Cinnamon is one of the ingredients in Alchemy. So it's just the patented extract form, which is called Cinnapure, which is in it. You put cinnamon in your coffee. It makes the coffee taste great. You might not even need to put all the fucking 1,000 calories of creamer in a week you put in there too, if you put cinnamon in the coffee grinds when you brew it. But do things like that. We have developed incredible systems that have helped thousands of people, and I'm just going to start sharing them. And we're going to have real world tools to help share these things with people coming very, very, very soon. But a lot of you just need to start taking the basic steps. People get so caught up in, what about this? What about that? What about these bars? What about that bars? First of all, if it is not grown directly out of the ground, or if it is not shot and butchered, or caught and butchered, fished and butchered, raised and butchered, if it does not come directly out of the ground, or one-step processing, even like organic olive oil is just pressed. It's just olives that are pressed and the oil comes out of it. That's literally it. If it's chemically treated to get the olive oil out, you don't want that shit. But if it's just pressed olive oil, that's what you want. You want natural whole ingredients. You want to eat as much whole foods as possible. And you want to hydrate yourself as much as humanly possible. Because most of you are going to fall short. You fall short, you don't get your 20 ounces first thing in the morning. You know what happens? You fill yourself up with food because you're hungry. No, you're not. You're thirsty. You just eat your thirst. And then you have maybe a cup of coffee, and then you have your snack. If you're trying to lose weight, I'm going to argue that you don't need snacks. The only reason why a person is trying to lose weight from a morbidly obese state would eat snacks is to avoid a binge. And don't get me wrong, there's a whole aspect of that too that my wife and I help with. Like I said, I track binges. I have a little app right here that I track my binges on. That I track the days now. But anyway, you just have to get there faster, people. You have to want to do it. So start off with 20 ounces of fluid every morning. Wake up, make a habit of putting a water bottle right next to your bedside. You wake up, first thing you do, you sit up, your alarm goes off, you just drink the 20 ounces of water. You sit there and sip on it. It's 20 ounces. People pretend like it is some massive amount of water to drink at all given times. Like, I'm sorry, no, the fuck it's not. Especially for those of you that can eat 2 large pizzas at a sitting, a bottle of water is not a fucking too much water. It's not too much volume for you. It doesn't make you slushy. Like, we just have to get over these things. It's mind-numbing to me how people have gotten to the point where they think these things are arguments. And that's one of the reasons why that I am going to keep talking about what I'm talking about, is because people think that there's an argument about this shit. Like, and I am part of the problem with that because I've been doing the back and forth with people that are clearly fucking addicted to processed foods and sugar. And yes, they are putting out horrible information to their audiences, which is probably not helping their audiences that are also addicted. But if you can look at a 350-pound woman or a 300-pound woman or a 270-pound woman who thinks she's, rocking it and got it going on when she's eaten herself to literal deformity, that's on you. That you're living in that state of delusion, and I'm not going to be able to wake you up. You know what will wake you up? Hearing my voice talk about how horrible it is for you the next time you climb up a flight of stairs and you feel out of breath. That will work. Do you know what my voice will do if I just keep talking about the realistic things about like, hey, you're eating your thirst, and it's the food. The next time you wake up and eat food right away, and then you feel a little headache coming on because you're a little dehydrated, you may think about my voice. You may think about the things that I say, which have all helped thousands of people lose weight. My wife and I are probably responsible for 100 to 200,000 pounds of total weight loss. That's not even a joke. Over the course of the last 7 or 8 years, we have helped thousands of people lose weight. Thousands. So trying to pretend that our methods are not just realistic and bound in like literal science and common goddamn sense does nobody any good. Like I'm not going to leave the door open for argument anymore because there is none. If you're fat, you did it to yourself. It's not your thyroid. It's not PCOS. Yes, those things may lower your basal metabolic rate, but as a news flash, that just means you should try harder because it still does not change the fact that being morbidly obese makes everything worse and causes you to, in fact, put yourself at higher risk of worse complications from those issues and many, many, many others. I'm going to, thank you for the tip here. Sir Motherfucker, Nomo helped me a lot in the last 2 years. May I humbly ask for some tips for quitting smoking? It's also discipline-based us asking you. So we've helped some people quit smoking. I've helped, Crystal helped me quit smoking. We both worked in the bar business. We smoked when we met many, many, many years ago. And for me, it was like quitting breathing. So, but now I can't even stand the smell of cigarette smoke. And you just, my honest thing is, focus on the other shit. Focus on water. Focus on good food. Focus on good sleep. Focus on all the other shit. Have a mechanism in your hand. The water bottle should always be in your hand because then it's the hand-to-mouth motion. But that's honestly, I mean, it's very, very tough. Oh, this is awesome. Down 17 pounds because of you and Crystal now. Thank you both. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So, by the way, we are running this special. If you're on the app, by the way, I sent you a thing for a different special, but here's our holiday 6-month special that we are running for people to newly join the app. So here you go. It is daily communication, weekly video conferences, and this price is about to go away forever because, like I said, we're changing a lot of stuff up. A lot of stuff we're changing up. So, again, I'll be back in about 5 or 10 minutes, but we're going to talk about ultra-processed food. So I expect all of you to be there. But please understand that if you just start your day with 20 ounces of water, you will be inherently a little healthier that day. Like if you start doing this habit tomorrow, if you're not currently doing it, you will be inherently healthier tomorrow. Inherently healthier tomorrow. If you start taking in an ounce per pound of your of fluid per pound of your ideal body mass, you will be, and you're currently not, you will be inherently healthier tomorrow, especially if you get 75% of it in before midday, because that will statistically lower your caloric intake for the earlier portion of the day and all day long by, anywhere from 10 to 15%. And for a lot of you, that equates to somewhere around 30 pounds of weight loss or 40 pounds of weight loss in the course of a given year. Because if you are currently taking in, somewhere around 3,500 calories, and you reduce it by 10%, that's 350 calories average on a day. That will either slow your weight gain down, or increase your weight loss down probably about, by a half a pound a week. You've lost 26 to 30 some pounds in the course of a year. This is basic. So I hope all of you have a very, 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 very good day. And I hope to see all of you at my next little session here. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. God damn.